4-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already had the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dangerous? Fantastic little bit. Grease board, computer, exactly what you want done. Stay on your first drive. Stay on the first drive defensively.
I don't know you, bro.
First down carry by Allen. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run.
You see it?
A quick burst there and he nicely get up.
Yeah, I can see it.
Pretty decent.
All right. That shit so fucking crazy how they didn't get out the line so damn quick, bro.
Before he was planted in the backfield. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Play action area. Here's Prescott. He's going to walk to him deep left side here. Shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Brandon, the last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me,
on 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A 1st down carry for Smith. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. For the Falcons, Charles, we talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker, Deion Jones, for a long stretch of time, you end up starting 1-4. Then in the second half of the season, you have a 5-game losing streak. 7-9 is actually better than I thought that they were finishing because of those 2 long losing streaks.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Dallas Cowboys so good at home this year, 7-1 during the regular season. That helped earn them the NFC East title. So they come home, they beat Seattle. Now, though, they go on the road for a much tougher test.
It is indeed a much tougher test. The Los Angeles Rams, a defensive front led by Aaron Donald, who many think could be the MVP of the league this season. And since 1996, the Dallas Cowboys are 0-5 in the divisional round. So they're trying to take on history as well.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott. Steps away. And this is going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. Oh, look at the juke. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Needed 13, they got 14 on 3rd down.
Let's go.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Coleman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Randy Gregory in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They'll run it with Coleman. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
There you go. Back. 26.
The give is to Elliott. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Prescott to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, while we have a second, let's look ahead of the divisional round of the AFC. Of course, Indianapolis and Kansas City kicking things off. And, Charles, the Colts 4-0 all-time versus KC in the playoffs. They're becoming a pretty trendy pick.
They really are, and a lot of it is because of the strength of their offensive and defensive lines, not to mention how Andrew Luck is playing in his comeback season here in 2018. But Kansas City, the #1 seed, they're seeking to break that trend of losing games in the playoffs at home that they shouldn't. This is another opportunity with Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
Speaking of losing games in the playoffs, Phillip Rivers and the Chargers 0-7, including the playoffs against New England with Tom Brady at quarterback. Can they stem the tide?
This is their opportunity. No better chance for the Chargers to win, even though it is going to New England.
On 2nd down, Ryan. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his...
That was supposed to be a pick. That was supposed to be a pick. That was supposed to be a pick. Give me that back. Alright, bro. That was supposed to be a pick. They holding me. Oh, God, they holding me. And then when I threw that pick, so whack, bro.
This is Coleman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. on second down. Here's Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Ryan now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Get that man 7. I was not about to get that man 7. Boy was smoking. Good dick if he was gonna get 7. On me. That boy smoke. Oh, where my pass interference at? He all in my way. He all in my way.
4 quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA.
What the fuck? Why you keep me out the party?
That shit kicked me out, that shit too.
Oh God, PlayStation with the bullshit. I was not about to let him get 7 on me. Dang, I cannot run on this man for nothing. Oh my God, bro, they wigging the fuck out of me right now.
Defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is thrown at the 21. Well, there's a ton of